hit the button. Yeah, another off-subject kind of video, sort of, mostly, probably. Yeah, TJ did one of these, whatever TJ does, live videos. I haven't watched anything Amazing Atheist, and well, the Amazing Atheist channel. I don't think I've seen anything from there for a couple of years at least. But even well, whatever. I haven't seen TJ for like a year. I don't know, something like that. Anything TJ. The Amazing Atheist. Tommy. What is that his name? Tommy. Yeah, he doesn't like that. Tommy. It's more like a Timmy, though. Right, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I just thought I watched this stupid fucking thing, so I might as well, I wrote stuff, so I figured I'll talk about it. Mainly because he started talking about immigration, and it was just such the same old liberal crap. Well, what's wrong with immigration? The Irish were okay, and those Italians worked out fine. Like all immigration is the same. Like all immigrants are the same. Like all times are the same. Like we're right in the middle of the Industrial Revolution, and yeah, it'd be really great if we had more laborers to build more things because we need laborers. No, we don't. Laborers have no value at all. It's a service economy. Rich people only need a certain number of us to be around to, sweep their lawns and shit. And as soon as there's too many of us, then there's nothing for us to fucking goddamn do. Unless you want to outcompete the Chinese. Yes, you're not going to win. You know you're going to lose that battle. So you're fucked. Alright? So it really ain't the same times. So I guess I'll do the immigration subject first, right? And Hospital Day's doing the same shit, the same old bullshit. Like, what's the difference if a New Yorker moves to Texas? Well, if he acts like some kind of like New York Jew, for example, and he doesn't do anything to acclimate into Texas culture, well, yeah, he's going to stick out like a rotten piece of shit. I mean, no animal species, lives with others, not like itself kind of a thing. You know what I mean? They're all very exclusive. All of them. Penguins, you go find a herd of penguins. You're not going to find any not penguin hanging out with the penguins. You're just not. It's just a reality of our biology. And not to concede that, and not to concede that the equation with new immigration is that there's really no effort to acclimate. They don't really want to become Americans. They just want to get American dollars. Because they have value. And that's all they're really after. And let's understand what their consequence of their existence is they create surpluses in labor and drive everyone's wages into the fucking toilet. And that's a pretty significant consequence. So all this bullshit is just bullshit. I'm not against the immigrants as people, as persons. I have nothing against them personally. I'm just saying, this is how you make idiocracy, alright? This is one of the ingredients you need, is reckless, stupid destruction of all cultural institutions. That will get you Rome burning. You want Rome to burn? This is how you burn Rome down. So, good job, assholes. Including you, TJ, you fat, stupid, ignorant slut. Anyway. Alright, so I did that subject, right? So anyway, Manson. He always has to talk about Manson, Marilyn Manson, stupid music. Who cares? I don't even know how they listen to this shit, to tell you the truth. I just don't. I mean, old fan included. I mean, I don't understand it. How do you sit down and you say, let me put on something that's going to be so abrasive, like, why don't you just have the sound of people vomiting and listen to a fucking loop of that? I just don't get it, personally. It's completely. I don't get anal sex, so yeah, I don't get things, and I don't get it. Yeah, I just don't get it. No. Yeah, there. That's my answer. Encyclopedia Dramatica. That came up. He called them all a bunch of liars. Yeah, I know. It's a very honorable institution, actually. I used to have a page. He's talking like it still exists, so I guess maybe they re-existed it or something, or, zombied it back to life. I haven't heard anything of it, and, they didn't seem to be editing my page any, so it was all quite boring. And frankly, the thing I found most offensive is at the bottom of the page, they had some guy getting kicked to the curb, a little icon. And I just hate gratuitous violence. And this just, you just don't need to put that on the bottom of a page. It's a disgusting image. It's not something we should be desensitized to. I hate this desensitization that's taking place. I hated when they put these stupid shows on like 911 or 911 or whatever the fuck it is, or yeah, 911. Right, isn't that the emergency number? I don't know. Anyway, ambulances and even this town, right? They had fireworks display, for Memorial Day, and they had the fire trucks go through town howling and whistling and blowing, to drum up, they're using our public, fire trucks to drum up interest in the stupid fucking carnival. And it's like, but it's the whole idea that those sounds should mean something to you. It means people are in trouble. And I just don't know why those sounds should be used. They shouldn't have any other, you should have no other reaction than worry and concern when you hear those sounds. And that's what they do to me psychologically. So when they recklessly and flagrantly blow those whistles, they're only creating in me tension and concern and negative, very negative emotions. And I'm puzzled why it doesn't do the same for others. But I'm puzzled about everything the human race does. I mean, I'm obviously not one of you fucking penguins. Fucking idiots. Scum shit fucking... Anyway, and some crap about his porn site, so yeah, that's not too much of an interest. The subject of sex and how controlling it is, how much of it, see, for me, sex is tied to the notions of beauty. It's tied to a lot of things. It's not just sex. A lot of people have sex as kind of some sort of psychological act. It's kind of violent, or it's kind of aggressive, and all this kind of stuff. And to me, it's really not. I mean, the act itself is a little bit aggressive because you're aggressively trying to, peak your moment and all that kind of shit. And it's a physical exercise almost. It's this physical ballet you're performing. Maybe not too well, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, maybe you're not, jumping as high as you should and all that shit. But the idea is you're doing a dance of a kind. You're choreographing an event through every movement. And there's the strings of the nuance, the subtleties of the sensations, and it's it's like eating a really interesting food or whatever. There's just something. It's complicated. It's not a simple thing, and but it's that whole controlling thing, and it's really just so much a part of us, and it's just so. This is another thing where I just say it's just so disgusting that people turn sex into porn. When it should be. It should be something prettier than that. It should be something a little more elegant than that. Just disappointing. Because at most point I can't, it's just, I can't watch it. Their focus of the creators, it seems their interest, the puckering anus, it just doesn't, isn't my interest. I just don't need the close-up of that one. Let my imagination take care of that, if it must. Anyway, so then there was the immigration thing, and I make the same comment again. To Hafladay or TJ, if they went to another country, would they really have the expectation? Like if they decided to go to China, and they went to China because they loved China, they loved Chinese culture. Do you really think you just stay being an American? You just pretend it's okay? I'll just be the stupid American, and I'll just do stupid American things, and I don't need to take any test about Chinese culture or the history of the place I'm moving to, or how it developed and how the people developed. What they know, their knowledge base. I don't need to get clued in on any of this stuff. And I should just fall into their culture, and they should be just like, oh, how cool is this? No, they shouldn't. I would imagine their culture would react and say, gee, something's rocking our boat. Something's way out of balance. There's a, giant walking among us. Just a practical fact. And if that giant doesn't even want to try to be Chinese, I mean, fuck the giant, right? I mean, that's unreasonable? No, that's perfectly reasonable. Alright, anyway. So he came out about being bisexual, and he came out about that, with that, years and years ago, really. And so, this whole coming out thing is just so bizarre. And he's got a lot more problems with bisexuality. Not that that's a problem. I just mean he's got a lot more outing to do. So, I mean, I think that's only the tiniest portion of the deviance he is from some sort of sexual normalcy. But I'm not advocating for anything called sexual normalcy, so that's not my point. My point is why all this outing crap and all this bullshit anyway. What's the fucking difference? I can understand being resistant to having people label or see you as nothing more than your sexual orientation, and that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, I'm personally sort of feeling who cares-y about a lot of that stuff. But anyway, the whole it's just kind of irritating. This is the kind of thing where you'd really like to be able to just keep these things separate. Be a person that does this over here, and then I do that over there, and the two things don't really have to have anything to do with each other, do they? Can't we? It's like I want to separate anuses from sex. I mean, anuses are for going to the bathroom and shit. They're really not for sex. That's my preference. I want to just pretend they don't even exist when I'm having sex. But anyway, whatever. There's something about Hinty and jerking off to, I guess it's some sort of anime. Who cares, right? I should just skip all the sexual questions, but that's 90% of the questions, right? So, X, consciousness. Something about consciousness. Let's see what did he say. If somebody would, who cares? Don't remember. Cereal video. I guess he did videos on his favorite cereals or something. I don't know. So, whatever. Thomas. Oh, he doesn't like being called Thomas. No, okay. But Tommy probably is even worse, right? Tommy. Anyway, Saving Private Ryan. So that came up as somebody asked something about having. Didn't the movie Private Ryan make you understand D-Day and the horrors of war? And he was like, no, that movie sucked. And I have to agree with the movie was kind of just it just seems so calculated, so formula. You're just watching and you're just saying, oh, yeah, the guy's carrying the guy's arm. Yeah, that's so formula. It just seems so like, let's deliberately try to make this horrible, blah, blah, blah. And the ending was so lame and so bad. They should have turned it into some sort of Wonderful Life thing where, somebody, a bunch of guys died so you could live. It should have been the story about how, it just motivated this person to be somebody and do whatever he could in the world to make up for the sacrifice, for what was lost. And they didn't do anything with that. He just let him be Joe Pumpkinhead. So, I just can't imagine how bad I would feel, how obligated I would feel to do a lot more than show up at somebody's grave and throw a flower on it. If a bunch of people died to save me. I'd have a sense of I'm going to make a monument to their death. I'm not going to have to go visit their grave, and, in some ceremony, some place full of. They're going to be on the Washington Monument or something. I mean whatever that thing is called, the Wall of Faces. Something like that. I'm just saying that's a hell of a thing. Psychologically to live with. And there's just the movie just ignored that just threw it in the garbage. So then he was talking about Spielberg or something, or whoever did the movie, and he's talking about E.T. He said, he's so great at making movies about wonder and this and this and this, and you're saying, E.T., oh man, how can people even mention that movie? E.T. is like an anus for me. I mean, E.T. is the creepiest motherfucking. It's just a fucking creepy. It's not a pedophile film, but I don't know what the fuck that is. But how can anybody watch that shit? It's horrible. Ew. It's baby poo. Yellow. Yeah. And smelly. Oh, yeah, that movie just, oh, ugh, creeped me the fuck out. Canada. Yeah, well, that'll creep you out too. It's not, Canada isn't a thing. Canada isn't a, Canada's a joke. Anyway, yeah, I'm actually Canadian, technically. But anyway, heritage-wise. First American, then Canada, and then America, that kind of thing. Anyway, no fakery, no fuckery. Oh, that was more music shit. Who the fuck cares? Yes, they're loud and obnoxious, and so, yeah, I like that. I don't understand that whole thing. Incomprehensible noise. I just don't get that. Let's call that music. Man, fuck you. Butts. I don't know what the hell that was about, so forget it. Card trick. Oh yeah, somebody asked him what do you do if he's going to commit suicide and you learn a card trick. We should know one card trick. I don't know. Semi-funny answer maybe? I don't know. Who the hell knows? Somebody asked me, I wouldn't know. I don't know what the fuck to say to that either. Definitely have a wank before I go. Porn chicks. Yeah, somebody asked about who's his favorite. Yeah, I wouldn't know their names either. Truman Show thing. Somebody illusions. That was sort of an interesting. That could have been an interesting subject. Just this idea that we're not really living in reality anyway. It is sort of a Truman Show, created out of your life experience and who wore a yellow hat, and how you were familiarized, with anuses and stuff, and whether they were scary or friendly. And yeah, so we're all just living in this silly, hodgepodge of whatever sloppy little life experiences you get that'll decide what bugs the fuck out of you and what you're just too horny for. And perceptually, yeah, we don't live in reality. We live in what our senses create, the model of it, the sensations our brain creates. And it's an interesting subject, but I don't have time for it because of all this shit to talk about. But yeah, that's what he should do. Maybe it's just glean out of these stupid questions good subjects. Pine further. But anyway, who cares? Not my job. Sex robot. Yeah, you just have sex with a robot. Why? It's a stupid question, right? Well, why not? You really can't fuck up, right? So SJW, I had to figure out what the hell that was. I guess that's social justice warriors, and somebody asked why they're women. Well, I guess because, it tends to be that women are a little bit marginalized as credible things in society besides being hot. And that's sort of a problem. And so that's why women would tend to be maybe more interested in social justice. It might be because they do the motherly thing and they want to take care of the broken and the fucked up because they need help, and the women want to be helpful and all that kind of bullshit psychologically. Some women anyway, natural women. The role plays of our hormones and our biology do own a piece of us. And ideally, you really don't want to have that as a civilization. You want women to have the freedom not to be a simpering, blubbering, over-emotional, silly person. And vice versa, I suppose. Yeah. And so it's just another snarky shot at the idea that we're not going to get there if nobody talks about it. And so all of a sudden you're wrong if you say something, and especially if you say something that's a little too extreme, then you're not allowed to talk at all. You're not, that's how wimpy, that's how dickless these anti-social justice warriors are, like TJ. That's how dickless they are. They are dickless. Is that they don't win by making a better argument. They win by saying, "Shut up, bitch." Thunderfoot. That's another guy. Yeah. Just thinking. Thunderfoot dick. Oh. Yeah. Doesn't matter what size it is. You just keep that away from me. Anyway, jobs. So some guy asked about jobs, and he just said TJ didn't say shit. But yeah, there's nothing you can say. There is no good job. Sorry, yeah, there's nothing to do on this planet except get caught up in some stupid, idiotic, tedious, obnoxious chore, to try to make enough money to pay the rent, and it's horrible. It's dismal. I mean, if you can do anything, yeah, do some, maybe if you do some good technology skills, you might, engineering or something, you might be able to get a decent job, but it's tough out there, I think. I mean, I'm reasonably intelligent, and, I can't do better than, $10 an hour. It's tough. Anyway, says Silk Road. So yeah, TJ says he's for drugs, but he's not so sure about the guns, and definitely not hired hitmen. So I don't know, I didn't know Silk Road was doing hired hitmen too. But anyway, yeah, whatever. It's just kind of bullshit. I mean, civilization is built by laws, and if you don't like a law, change the law. Okay, you don't break the law. If you can avoid it, realistically. To the book. Favorite book? Okay. Size Phi, and he mentioned some stupid things and everything. Ender's Game and Altered Carbon or something. I don't know. So, who cares? I don't know. That's my answer to that one, right? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Nothing. Some guy was talking about how nothing feels real. And so TJ was like, yeah, just, get a new routine or find something new to do or, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, it's new shit. Whatever. It's going to turn into old shit. Yeah, life is just stupid. The only way to live it is to have some stupid delusion. And that's just insulting your intelligence, right? So, yeah, buckle your seatbelt because it's going to be a fucking lumpy, bumpy, shitty ride. If you're going to use your brain is going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. Anyway, bestiality. Ew. So that one always comes down to the consent thing. Right. But, perversion is perversion. I mean, there's no reason. It's just, wow, how'd you get so fucked up? I mean, that's really fucked up. A cow? Geez. I mean, it's nothing like a person. I mean, it's really fucked up. That's all you can say. I mean, sorry. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. I mean, maybe you should work on it or something. That's all. I'd just say, geez, it's a little bit too fucked up. I'm for the consent thing. I'm just saying harmless is kind of a tricky word, right? I mean, if you can really, if you can get a cow in the mood, I mean, if you're letting a bull fuck you, well, that's probably okay. It's when you're fucking something that it's, well, you got to be a little more careful then. It's just, that's the way it just works, right? I mean, you're more sure if, something's got a hard on, it's kind of hard to convince me that you're doing it wrong. I mean, it seems happy, right? I mean, it's pretty, you pretty much have to say, I mean, if something's got an erect penis, you pretty much got to say it's having a good time. I don't think you can have a good time and have an erection. I mean, a bad time. So, yeah. That's sort of the sign of consent, Sort of. Mostly. Anyway. The coming out thing again. I don't know. Whatever. Care not I. People are going to answer to TAA. What? People are going to be... Oh, asshole to the Amazing Atheist. So it was about people being... And I just thought that was kind of funny because TJ is such an asshole to so many, and so many subjects. He is so, I mean, asshole. I mean, he's an asshole on the subject of vegetarianism. He doesn't take this subject at all seriously. Basically denies the existence of sentience as an evolutionary fact. And he somehow thinks that we got magically much more emotional and meaningful in our existence when we develop language. And I think that's just idiotic. I mean, you can see it in tribes in Africa right now that have very limited language, and they live very rich, emotional, human lives. And so it's just a lie he tells himself to make himself say it's okay to be a fucking rapist. Anyway, content quality drop. Oh yeah, you always do get that kind of stuff. But yeah, quite obviously, the whole idea of the amazing atheist, not recognizing that if he's going to have that, if he's going to claim that title, you know, then he probably should have content devoted to that subject, and you know, pretty much under the umbrella of that subject. And you know, it's kind of lame not to recognize that, and not to recognize that people would find it disappointing, you know, for you to wander off into all kinds of other fairy lands. But anyway, but yeah, and the whole idea of the whole performance video, the whole formula, stylizing, that it's manipulative, like a commercial, and you know, you should at least acknowledge the fact that people might detect a lack of sincerity in your progression through your career, and that they might find that a little bit obnoxious and irritating. Say you don't give a shit, that's fine, but I'm just saying it's a legitimate pick, in my opinion. Biggest letdown, entertainment-wise, he said Carrie 2, the movie. Yeah, I don't know, I didn't watch it. You know, you don't fuck with some things. You don't remake Carrie, it's just no point. I don't want to die. Oh, so that was a good question. Like somebody said, well, blowing up the world, and so yeah, you just stuck with that silly thing. I like mashed potatoes, and that's, you know, that's his reason. But I mean, it just comes down to something silly like that, you know, it might be better to ask the question. Well, people don't ask the question in a very serious manner, but just, you know, to just recognize that if you could do it in an instant and it all stops, just recognize what you're stopping. I mean, you're stopping all of it, all the consuming, all the gazelles don't have to run anymore. Nothing's being pulled under the water by the crocodiles. Nothing, you know, all the diseases, all the horrid infections, you know. Nothing will have to walk around with its eyeball hanging out of the socket. And nothing has its entrails dragging behind it. All that stops. Well, anyway, they don't take the subject seriously, so fuck it. Anyway, Germans suck? I don't know. I don't think that's what he said. Germination sucks. Well, maybe that's true. I don't know what he was talking about. Sorry, didn't write it. Oh, generation. Yeah, it was something about generations. The current generation worse than the others. Well, they are different, so you know, you can't say, you know, it's just. But yeah, they all suck for different reasons, I suppose. The glibness is what, you know, that's my standard. Glibbery. Yeah. Religion can almost be put in that category because it's a pacifier of a sorts. It's a painkiller of a sorts. But yeah, now they're just overtly glib, you know. Instead of saying, well, God knows best, this all sucks, but God knows best, and hopefully things will be over. So, you know, living on hope is one thing. But these glib, futile fuckers, they know it's futile, they know it's doomed, they know it's suck, and then they still vote for it. And that's just so disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, putrefied anus there. Anyway, TAA topic, not something. No topic, just me think. Me think. Yeah, that's a good title for something. Me think. Me think. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's all he cares about is me, of course, and so that's all he's doing is. That's the amazing atheist. It's just about TJ's miracle, wisdom, random cycle of fun. Yeah, well, whatever. So, yeah, I guess I could go on and on about that one. I mean, it's always been about TJ's. From the very beginning, what I found obnoxious about TJ is just his uselessness. He has the skills to communicate. He obviously has some sort of charisma thing that is working, and he wastes it, just pisses it away on being a shithead. A useless, trite-speaking bibble-babbler. Anyway, Ice Tray, I don't know what that was. Tedious Rust. This is another band thing again. Something about Rob Holster Fart or something. I don't know. God Wars. Okay, so we did a little rant on Muslims and how they're going to be defeated in the end. I'm actually on the wrong page. I'll have to go back to I got them out of order now. Sorry about that. I'm doing the final page from this, so I'll have to go back to page 3. Anyway, so we started about what we stand for and what they stand for, and blah, 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 blah. And we'll defeat them, which I always thought was going to be true in the sense that logic will win in the end, but not if we establish a theocracy. I mean, if we don't have any institutions to prevent, that's just going to keep, if we're going to keep paying sluts, whores, retards, assholes, fucknuts, if we're going to keep putting them in charge of the next generation's maturation, then we're going to have none of this progressive thing. We're just going to have a regress. And we're already doing it. It's cockroach culture. We're already back to surviving for the sake of survival. There's no dream here. There's no magic Disney World where you're riding on your conveyor belt sidewalks and you have all, none of that shit's happening in the reality. See, the reality's getting bleaker and dirtier and smellier and crowdeder every day, and no one's doing a goddamn thing to do anything about it. So we are fucked. Ignorance is going to win. We're on the road to ignorance winning. Let's just put it that way. We're not doing the path diversion necessary to prevent. We're not going to Oz. We're going to idiocracy. We're on the road. That's all I'm saying. Fuck come problem. Fuck come problem. Some guy complained because he couldn't climax. And they're just like, what are you talking about? This is a problem somebody has? I don't know. I never heard of such a thing. Maybe after the 5th or 6th time, it gets a little rough, but but whatever. Sorry, you have to finish later or something. I don't know. I think it was a fake question. My girlfriend will leave me. I don't think girls leave people for that. Don't think so. Anyway. Fuck somebody, Orion ran, and he chose the somebody. I remember one of the feminist chicks. Ski Skin or something. Sorry, Ski Skin. I hate stupid questions like that. So Nothing Everything video was a good one, but he didn't remember it, and some other guy mentioned it, but I don't know. So never mind. Cartoon Network show. Yeah, he didn't. I don't know if he said there's nothing he can come up with that he was liked or anything. I thought SpongeBob was okay, but it's like all of them, it's funny for a little while, and then all of a sudden it just gets to be, who cares? And you never watch it again. Yeah, it's like that happened with The Simpsons, like in the 5th season, I think, or somewhere in there. I'm done. I was done. I'm done. It's just kind of funny how that happens. Something about the police. I don't know. It has videos about the police. I don't know. Something I don't remember. Step sibling. Oh, who cared? Yeah, that was some idiot talking about his father's other kids and whether you should call them brothers or something. I don't care. Threesomes, gay, lesbian. Now that was another fake. You guys got to figure this fake question. A lesbian is asking for his advice because some guy who has a gay friend wants to have a threesome, and so the lesbian is going to have penetration with men, but she's not sure the gay guy is going to want to, sincerely, whether he'll just have sex with her because he wants to be with the guy. And you're like, well, of course. The whole thing's just a freak show. Fucking, you know, what the hell you think's going to take place? You're just going to do some freak show shit. What, you think you're going to get anywhere? And it'll be over anyway, and then all you'll be stuck with is, ooh, that guy smelled bad. You know, I don't know. You know, you really, this is the kind of thing you got to orchestrate a little better than this. I mean, just saying, you know, pour any fluid in the glass and I'll drink it. I mean, that's just stupid. But anyway, for money, yeah, what do you fuck something for money? And, you know, like fuck atheism or something. And, well, he answered correctly. Yeah, he'd fuck anything for enough money because now then he can really fuck something else even better. So, yeah, you fuck something so you can fuck something. You know, that's the whole idea. Powers, you gotta have it. And so, you can't really fuck anything with any power, so you're already fucked. So, yeah. But obviously you have to commit a small fuck for the big fuck payoff. Still has to be an economy to it. Bernie Sanders, so he supports him, which is, that's good. Would he vote for Hillary? He said you just, you know, can't stomach the thought. I can't either, but, you know, as a practical matter, if it was Trump and Clinton, oh, you know, you know, Trump is, nothing good will happen. Nothing good. Where Hillary might be funny. You know, start telling Hansel and Gretel stories, you know. Oh, she's such a liar. Anyway, ham style. No, I don't know what that is. Ham style. Hamster? No. Ham and eggs? No. Hamstoid? Nope, I don't know what that is. Dream sequence, I don't know, need an answer that one, or something like that, or something, or some dream, oh, forgot, never mind. Don't look going out, doesn't like going out. Oh yeah, so, and he said, I don't consider it a negative thing. So somebody was asking me about a certain personality defects where, you know, he's psychological, neurotic issues maybe. And so he doesn't, you know, he's not comfortable going out, he's not comfortable in public with people and blah, blah, blah. And he said not negative in the beginning, and then he talked about all the stress and the missing out and the, you know, how it fucks your life in a way. So it is kind of funny that he's, you know, he answered the question both ways. Not a problem, but yeah, it's a problem. But it's kind of funny that he has a, you know, I have a social anxiety, but it really doesn't have anything to do with performance issues. It's just that people make me want to throw up, you know, and so I see people and I go, oh God, I want to throw up on them. And there's just things I'd rather do than throw up on somebody. As much as I kind of want to throw up on them, I just don't want to do the throwing up part, I guess, and so I don't bother going out because I'll throw up on them. Yeah. I probably should rethink that whole idea and just try to dissolve everybody with acid. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should become an alien. I still don't get you know, aliens is just so ruined for me once I noticed that all that drool and I just start trying to calculate where do they get the energy, where they don't eat hardly anything, how do they metabolize all of that drool? Anyway, it just bugs me. Where was I? Money. Bitcoin. Yeah, so he said rather have money or something. Yeah, Bitcoin is silly. Death planning? No. Darth Planet treason. Oh, death penalty. Yeah. So I just thought it was funny that he has one. Okay, it's okay for like a treasonous act, an act against your public service contract. So a public servant maliciously violating your constitutional rights, let's say. That he would kill somebody for. But you know, if you go out and kill a bunch of 10-year-old girls, that's okay. No death penalty. So I just don't see the difference. My only distinction on the death penalty is just have somebody sign it. Okay? Have somebody watch the trial, say, yes, it was really good evidence, this guy's guilty as fuck, I'll stake my life on it. So you find somebody who will stake their life on it and have them sign the death warrant. And if you find out that there was a mistake made, well, you kill the fucker who signed it. Or you kick him in the nuts, or whatever the penalty would be, life in prison or whatever. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people who I'd be willing to sign the damn piece of paper. You know? And let's say you can get 10 people to sign it. There, now you can kill them. I think it's reasonable. I mean, we're really just talking about somebody knowing the difference between, you know, absolute proof, you know, beyond a reasonable doubt that really means something, and, oh, wait a minute, this is all based on witness testimony and circumstantial evidence, and yeah, it's a little bit shaky whether he really did it. In these other cases, like I said, you got the confession. He's still got a piece of their, you know, he's still chewing on a piece of their ear. I mean, fuck, kill him. This bullshit. Alright, something spaghetti. Oh, flying spaghetti monster. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, well, that is really, that image is just so stupid and old. That's old atheism. Atheism 1822. Barbecue, I don't know what the hell that was. Padcrest, I don't know what that is. Podcast, oh. How do you get to be doing that? Somebody asked him and he said, yeah, that's pretty much how you do that. But I don't know, that whole drunken sailors show thing is, I can't listen to it, frankly. Somebody asked him if he liked pizza, he did the, I'm a big fat man. Of course I like pizza, you stupid fuck. But anyway, I don't know what that is. Exit? I don't know. Ayn Rand is an asshole. Well, that's true. YouTube shit. Cody. Would he have Cody on his show? No, he's still got some emotional issues about Cody, I think. America stigma. They probably had some, sexual dysfunction or whatnot. Anyway, something stigma? I don't know what that is. For skip anti-nigskin. Foreskin. Oh, so foreskin. Some asshole had some sort of circumcision thing, like the guy was feeling self-conscious or like there was a stigma. Yeah, it would be a stigma. A smegma. Attached to being circumcised. It's just kind of funny because, like that's kind of silly. But it sort of has to do with generational issues. The older you are, the less, and the more likely everybody else is, circumcised. So, but yeah, the whole stigma thing is just kind of silly anyway. I mean, it is what it is, But it's just these people who are just so Nazi-esque about it. But TJ's answer was stupid because he said something like, well, you can do these exercises and grow your foreskin back. And blah. It's not a foreskin. It's not the same thing. I mean, it really isn't, okay? You can stretch your penis skin and make your penis skin slide over the tip of your penis, but it's not foreskin. Foreskin is a big lump of tissue. Okay, it's a fucking knobby thingy. I don't know what it's not just skin. It's skin, folded. It's skin on both sides, kind of thing. It's fucking hide. Foreskin is a hide. It's a piece of hide on your dick. Yeah. So yeah, you can't have that put back on unless somebody sews a hunk of leather on your dick. So yeah, go get a hunk of leather sewed on your dick, and then talk about how it works so much better. Anyway, fucking retards. Anyway, not interested in being a great person. Yeah, so that just kind of sums up TJ. It is kind of funny that he smokes now and does all this stuff, and it's just so funny. When TJ started off, he was just such a not an interesting character in terms of having those kinds of character defects, and so now he's acquired all the vices. I don't know if he drinks that much now, but he was really kind of he didn't drink, smoke, he didn't do anything, he didn't do shit, and then he just started picking up all these bad habits from the crowd, so to speak. But the cigarette thing, yeah, that'll own you. That's a no going back kind of a problem. I mean, people do it, but you know what I mean. It's just a train wreck of crushed and, and ruined bodies on the road to recovery. Oh, it's so difficult. As I will light a cigarette in celebration. Yeah. A girl I know brought me some cigarettes yesterday. Very nice. And I don't pay her. I don't give her anything at all when she comes to my house. It's pretty cool. Alright, she didn't have sex or anything, but you know what I mean. Yeah, girl goes to my house. Visits me for no good reason. Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, not interested in being a great person. See, that's what I just find so disappointing about TJ. He doesn't find it interesting to even be a good person. Productivity. See, there was a question about what your favorite word is. Yeah, that was one of the questions I brushed over because I didn't understand it. Yeah, mine's productivity. TJ said but. That was his favorite word. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, once you understand the game, it's not about what you personally acquire. It's about acquisition. It's about the state of the net conscious universe and elevating it, improving it. That's how you play this game to win. Winning isn't in your head. It's in every conscious brain in the universe. Fortunately, there is no alternate universes, and there's no megaverse, and there's no pluriverse or bullshitiverse, so thankfully, we don't have to extend the effort beyond this universe. But anyway, so, yeah, done. Sorry, it's not a proper way to do things, but I guess you end up speaking on subjects you wouldn't speak on otherwise, so I guess that's good, to have something else thrown in to stir the pot, whatever. And, yeah, so I don't think it's a complete waste of time. Yeah, at all. But I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I'll opine further. I mean, there are some good subjects there. Like I said, there are this whole idea of perception, this whole idea of psychology versus philosophy, and our knowledge versus passion. You know, how much of our knowledge is constructing your life mission, and how much of it is just being constructed by me addicted, me want. You know. Me understand. That's what the game is. Yeah. The real game. That's the real mega drug. Yeah. Really is. And the truth isn't just bullshit. It's not a bullshit word. It's a if you find it, it's the fountain of everything. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's the fountain of everything in the sense that, you know, it'll give you everything you want, and it'll also give you everything you don't want. Yeah. But it's the big one. it's the only, you know, the only game to play is the right game. Yeah, the real game. Okay, that's enough now, I believe. So, till next time, and such. So forth and whatnot. See you, Tommy. Tommy from the Bronx. Yeah, that's funny. I guess that's why they couldn't have the same names. Tommy would bug Tommy. Yeah, Tom. I don't think I ever had a friend where his name was Tommy. I don't think. Got a friend named Tim. I guess they were Toms. I just don't remember them. Yeah. He was Tom. But he's not the kind of guy you call Tommy. No. Tommy's from the Bronx. He's not the kind of guy I would call Tommy. He just doesn't seem like a Tommy. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, his name should be like Sledge or something. Rocky. Anyway, till next time. Such.